Hello YouTube, I am back for another video, and what I'm gonna do here, what I want to try to do here with these videos is when I feel inspiration I want to do something, and when I feel an emotion I want to express it somehow, some way productive, because I find myself to get very involved in my emotions, and I'm very sensitive to things. I get really worked up about small things, and that's why I'm making this video today. So, basically, being an A.D.D. And a gifted learner, or a thinker, A.D.D. and gifted thinker, I have experienced a lot of misunderstandings with people, and those misunderstandings happen so much that it comes to starts to define who you are. Because it's all the kind of feedback that you get from people is just telling you that you're this way, right? So I got asked recently, like probably a month ago, if I was mentally retarded by a college professor that I have in a music class that I'm taking. And I have absolutely no knowledge of music before this year. Before this year of school started, I had no knowledge of reading music. I took a first semester of an introductory course and then this semester, which is an intermediate course. And the stuff that I'm learning on this music stuff in this class is probably what you'd be learning in piano after a couple of years. After probably like 3 to be like modest. It's complicated stuff, and it's just all logic. Like, I get it. The problem is the misunderstanding happens when I understand this stuff, and I go to class to learn. I don't take notes. I pay attention. I kind of hyper-focus when I'm in there, because this is new stuff, and it's interesting to me, so I'm hyper-focusing learning. You know, I'm taking everything in, and just absorbing it and remembering it, and I don't really need to go over it. I think about it in my mind. I go over it in my mind rather than needing to write it out. And so I have barely taken notes ever in my life, by the way. But I take these tests in this class, and I have failed probably 5 because of misunderstandings. And some of them are my fault, of course. Like, I take full responsibility for the questions that I've missed. And I agree that I missed them. But, realistically though, had I been given, one thing I noticed on these tests, I noticed that I never had enough time to finish them. And I've missed countless points. I've missed probably over 100 total points in this class. Maybe not 100, because her grade scale is smaller than that. But I missed a significant amount of points from not finishing things. Not finishing tests, not finishing homework, or doing the homework incorrectly, or something. But I am in severe danger of failing this class. And it's so frustrating because I actually know it. I understand it. On this test that I just got back over there, I missed. My teacher mismarked me 7 problems, or 7 points, arguably, that I shouldn't have gotten wrong. And it's one because she has a bias against me, which is a big problem to begin with. Like, this is where it kind of started anyway, so it's not really a good case study, but she has a horrible bias against me. And as a college professor, she was also the one that asked me if I was retarded. That's the way I get treated because of my ADD and my inability to finish tests on time, because I think things through way more than everyone else. Like, I never stop thinking, and I know this stuff so well. I've learned like 3 years worth of musical information in less than a year. Like, people who play piano learn from, like, when they're kids. They don't learn about this stuff until they're teenagers, if they start as a kid. Like, I learned it in 8 months, 6 months, 7 months, something like that. And my teacher is so relentlessly biased against me. It's unbelievable. But this is not the first time this has happened. This is why I'm making this video. Because people like us with ADD, and I don't know if it has anything to do with being gifted, but being ADD, when I hyper-focus, I'm thinking things through 10 million times over. Like, in a constant cycle trying to find the correct answer and find all the wrong answers to know I'm making the right answer. You know, I find all the wrong answers before I find the right one. Which I've often seen in myself. I found it in singing. I found it in, like, running sports in high school. Because I used to suck at that too. But most oftentimes I work my way backwards logically, you know? And this has actually allowed me to get by in so many different cases, which is kind of sad because I've been able to kind of like cheat the system, but it's not fair to us to be treated like we're retarded because we think things through way more than you think we do. My teacher assumes that I'm stupid and retarded, and I can tell. She treats me that way. Like, she deliberately expresses it to me in the way she treats me in class. From the moment I walked into that class, she had a horrible bias against me. She gave me the most amount of shit I could have ever imagined to join a class late. Like, I was a day late, I think. Just a day late. And it was a super last minute decision, and I already had the qualifications to take the class, and she made me go verify it through an administrator who I just took the previous class with. He taught my first class the semester first. The first semester. And I just get, when these things happen, I start realizing this bias. Like, I've been studying it. I've been keeping track of all the accounts and all the rude things that she's done to me. And it's obvious at this point. I've never really encountered it so serious, to be honest. And I've had some bad teachers that didn't understand the way I thought, but this is the absolute worst. It's almost like a misogynistic thing, I don't know. But, because I've never seen something so blatant. Like, I don't know, I don't have another explanation for it. Because it was, in the beginning, it was the same way in the beginning. So, like, I assume she knew nothing about me, so she had to have had some sort of bias instantaneously to not like me. So, whatever, it's just so frustrating to live in this world that doesn't understand people like us, and I think we have so much potential. Me being a gifted thinker too, like, I have extraordinary potential, and I don't know how to express it properly because I'm misunderstood so much, and people don't give me the time to prove it. And then I'm defined as a stupid, slow thinker that doesn't think things through, and that I'm lacking in life, and then I'm gonna fail everything, and I'm headed nowhere. Like, oh my god, it's horrible. The stigma against, not stigma, but the way people suffer from ADD is actually really horrible. Well, that's my rant. So, I also did want to touch on, I get a lot of nervous energy when I start to feel so neglected by the world, you know? Like, I feel so alienated. And that nobody understands me. And I'm treated like shit. Like Kanye West, man. To speak out like that, knowing how much shit you're gonna get, and then seeing how much shit he got, is the most terrifying thing in the world. Because the whole world hates you. It's just sad. Alright, well that's that video. Thanks for watching.